Wraeclast Weekly. Hello, welcome back to another video. The past week was pretty fun one for me at least, but maybe not so much for PoE. So let's talk about that. The topic list as always is gonna be on the screen right now. If you enjoy these videos, please click subscribe and comment if you feel like it. Thanks in advance. Alright. So let's start with the Twitch Rivals event. What is Twitch Rivals? It's a competitive event in various games between streamers. Alright? In this case, it was for Path of Exile Battle Royale, and there were 100 participants. And so it was all nice and dandy. It was actually pretty good time for Europeans, so I get to enjoy it. Yeah, at least for a little bit. I got all the drops also, so that's great. Free MTX is always good. But it was the first time people could play Battle Royale, and in this case, when I mean people, I mean these 100 streamers could play Battle Royale since Siege of the Atlas patch has hit. And I don't know if there was no testing or there wasn't sufficient amount of testing, but it all went tits up, basically. So what happened, as you can see from the Catmaster stream, what happened at some point in the game is that you couldn't interact with the items in your inventory. You couldn't put them in, you couldn't put them on, you couldn't drop them on the ground, you could do nothing. And I don't know if logging out would have solved that issue, I don't know what happened, but a lot of people, basically, this happened to a lot of people. They couldn't interact with their inventories, so people who could interact with their inventories had a huge advantage, of course, because you could keep getting better items. You find better items, you craft better items even, and you can equip them, but your opponent can't do it. So of course you have the competitive edge over your opponent. So at this point, what they did in the Twitch Rivals stream is cancel this first match, make it nullify this, stops it, and try to solve this issue behind the scenes, right? So basically GGG, I don't know what they did. I know at one point on the Twitch Rivals cast, they did say that they're doing a test round, but during the test round, the problem still persisted. And I think it happens like, a couple of minutes into the match. I think both of the times it seemed like, from people's VODs who were affected by this issue. Not everybody was affected. I don't know if there were more or less people the second time around. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Like, if only at least one person is affected, this is a problem, right? Because they can't compete fairly. So anyways, the test match was a fail, and they cancelled the event. They cancelled Twitch Rivals then and there. We could keep getting the drops, and I think there was some kind of consolation awards or like MTXs to the street participants from GGG, but still, it was quite an inconvenience for the people who are from different time zones, of course, depending on your time zone, right? For Europeans it was fine, but maybe for maybe Americans also, but maybe depends which time zone you're on, right? It wasn't so great. But they also, the thing is, they didn't announce a future date for this, because it is technically postponed, this event. They didn't announce a future date for this. And if you go to the Twitch Rivals website, they have their upcoming events, right? And Path of Exile is not here. And if you go to the past events, it is there, right? But it has no information about a future event, nor has Path of Exile Twitter posted anything else apart from these two tweets. Well, one of them that there is a Rivals event and one of them that they're postponing it, but there has been no information since then. And I don't know if they have, there's some tweets or something, maybe the people who were participating know, but I haven't found anything or seen any information about this. So maybe if you know, put it in the comments. I really like this event. I think it's a great idea. I kind of wish I had signed up, because I feel like the last time, maybe it wasn't right time, time zone kind of thing. I don't know. But It started, I think, 7 or 8 p.m. my time, so that was great. Maybe next time I will try to participate. Another problem for me, of course, is that I did not practice Battle Royale, PoE Battle Royale, almost at all. I've only won once, the first time they introduced it, which was for April's Fools, and I won once, and I got my roasting raw, so I was like, yep, I'm done. And the second time around, it was league start, and I was just going ham for the league. So I didn't practice, and then people stopped playing it, so then the match times were really long, and I didn't, kind of like never played it. So yeah, but I find it really fun. I hope that Captain Flowers also cast a second time, because I really like him from LCS. But yeah, so that's the thing about Twitch Rivals. Moving on to the new introduction, which we had a patch recently in PoE. I think it was Friday, Thursday, something like that, where they pushed a bunch, but improvements to Archnemesis, basically. Window thingy, right? So we look at the Archnemesis, we have a drop-down menu for the recipes now, which is kind of cool, right? It does show you if you have unlocked them only, I think. It shows you the recipes in this list once you've unlocked them, right? So, still kind of, if you haven't unlocked them, but don't quote me on this, because I had unlocked all the recipes pretty much before we got this, so I don't know how it works. If you haven't unlocked the recipes, does it actually show you the pieces you need or the ones you're missing? Because a lot of these things were like trial and error at the beginning, until people started putting spreadsheets out, and then you could just look at the spreadsheet. So I don't know, if you have not unlocked all the recipes, can you see all of them, and it just shows you which piece you need, and it says like uncompleted or something? I don't know. Anyways, for me, at this point, this might as well not exist, because I prefer using a spreadsheet over this. Why? Because you can go to the situation like this. Let's check the worst recipe, which is Innocence Touch, right? Let's go to the worst, Innocence Touch. What does it show you? It shows you just these pieces, right? It will highlight only these pieces that you need for it. And these high tier pieces. Now, if you're missing, like, let's say, okay, I have three of these, I'm missing Solaris Touched, right? So now I have to go to Solaris Touched, right? Wait, and they are sorted alphabetically, so that's nice. So we go to Solaris Touch. Oh, wait, I'm missing Empowering Minions. Okay, now I have to go to Empowering Minions. Where is that? Oh, wait, you can select several ones. Ah, I didn't even know that worked that way. I found something new. Because I'm not using this, because it was just such a pain in the ass, because you have to go, okay, now I'm going to go to Solaris Touch, right? Wait, Empowering Minions, right? So what's Empowering Minions, right? So now I have to go to Executioner. But, I mean, it is cool that you can enable multiple recipes, actually. This is pretty good. So now, this is pretty good. But still, in this case, right, it is highlighting you a bunch of pieces, right? Together again, and it's like, but, I mean, this is pretty good, actually. That it lets you filter more recipes. Okay, I did not know that. So, my opinion has changed a little bit about this. It's better than I thought, but still. I personally will just keep using this spreadsheet. And I'll put it in the description box if you haven't seen this one around yet. But I think this one is really overseeable, right? You see exactly which pieces, all of them, in the same screen, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess this like multiple selection thing is actually pretty good. I like that part, but I'm just so used to the spreadsheeting already that the in-game thing is kind of cool, actually. But I'm still gonna keep using the spreadsheet. That's what I'm saying. Like, spreadsheet all the way, baby. So yeah, the in-game thing, if you like it, I mean, it's pretty cool. If you want to use a spreadsheet, also cool, you know, that's how we've That's how we have been like conditioned to think about the game. We have to go for the outside sources. Somebody has made a spreadsheet, or you make a spreadsheet for yourself, where it's works the way you want it or like it, right? So you can search and blah, 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 right? There's websites out there, there's Google Docs and so on and so forth. So yeah, but the in-game thing is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Right, so the next new thing, or maybe not so new since they have been around since League Start, but I kind of forgot to talk about them in the previous Wraeclast Weeklies. It's the new tabs, right? I like them. I bought them. But are they like, do you need to buy them? No. Why? Because you get the affinities anyways. You can take any old tab and just put affinities, gem, flask affinities, right? For me, it's like, I barely spend any money on this game, and I like organizing things in my stash. I love the specialty tabs. This is like one of the things that I like about, you know, when they will release a new specialty tab, I will probably buy it. This is one of those things. I don't really care about the MTX that much. I care about the tabs. And you can see I have loads, but honestly, I used to use these tabs before we had the specialty tabs, right? So now these kind of are going in a dumpster. But yeah, the gem tab, I really like it because you can filter by gem level, quality, so on and so forth, right? Harvest recipes, GCP recipes, and you can't go wrong with the GCP recipe because, you know, it filters out the 0 quality gems, so you don't get those pesky little wisdom scraps anymore in your recipes. And for harvest recipes also, it just puts you the highest quality in the top. You can just choose, oh, maybe I'm gonna use this gem. Okay, then not use that one. And same for level, right? Not base level, gem level, right? Level 21, sacrifice easy peasy. So great, I like this. The flask one is a little bit less good because, I mean, it's just to dump a bunch of flasks, but like, who saves 500 flasks anyways? Like, this is perfectly fine to not buy the flask tab and just literally use one normal tab with affinity. But again, I love my specialty tabs, so you can filter out by quality. I guess glass blower bubbles you can make. There's also item level. Now, item level is cool to filter by because if you didn't know yet, we have a bunch more tiers for modifiers on flasks these days. And I think they cap out at 85, maybe 86. I'm not so sure on that. So yeah, you can filter out by item level, and there you can just like, okay, I'll craft only these flasks, maybe 80 plus flasks or something like that for the best mods. And so that is cool, but you could do it in a normal tab as well. Again, this is what I'm saying, like, first of all, do you need them? No. If you want them, do you have the money? Go ahead, because you can buy them for points as well, right? If you don't have quite as many points as necessary, maybe wait for a sale. They are not, like, they're not so needed, like currency tab. I think you can store so much in a currency tab, and here it's like, right? And if you don't have money, just don't worry about it. They are not needed. You can use the affinities on your normal tabs. Like, this is absolutely like a fluff thing to buy in this game, right? There's so many other better things to spend your money on this game, right? So I bought them. I like them. You don't have, like, yeah, normal tabs, affinities, helps you filter out items from your dump tabs, is still great. Affinities, I guess, is the best thing out of having these tabs, right? So yeah, that's the new tabs. And now we're gonna move on to a little bit more controversial new addition to PoE, which is Kirac's Vault Pass, or as people like to call it, PoE Battle Pass, which is basically what it is, right? PoE Battle Pass. So what is it? You paid $30 to get an MTX and a progression bar for earning more MTX. Now, these MTXs from Kirac's Vault are specific, unique MTXs. You can only use them on these uniques. So we have something like Watcher's Eye, Bottled Faith, Headhunter is the highest tier reward, right? So these are pretty like endgame items. I mean, some of them you might think are more achievable, but most of them are endgame items, right? Endgame uniques. So, you do get 1 MTX for purchasing this pass, but the rest of them you have to earn them. And how you earn them is by doing Atlas completion, right? And that includes the unique maps. And I think this is maybe where the people have most gripe with. But yeah, Atlas completion, that's the progress bar for this battle pass. And you have the duration of the league to complete it. As GGG themselves have said, this pass is geared towards people who can achieve the completion or the endgame bosses get these items, right? This is who they're gearing this purchase towards, right? So I've seen a lot of people expressing such concerns as this is predatory or it's preying on people's fear of missing out. And to me, it's like, what? Like, what? Like, there's other things in the game that should give you the same feelings then, like challenge rewards, which are, this is kind of the same, except you pay money to save time, right? Because getting full Atlas completion is like one challenge, basically. And you're getting a bunch of rewards for saving a bunch of time instead of like grinding a long time and getting a bunch of challenge completions and getting some MTXs, right? Arguably, these new MTXs are kind of cool because this is the first time, well, since I guess these are kind of like alternate skins from past race seasons that we had, but they have a little bit more effect on top of them, like first Flask MTX, right? Or even the Headhunter MTX, it gives like some kind of like skull popping thing, which wouldn't have happened on the alt quality. That is only art, right? It's alt art for those past race rewards. So yeah, these are kind of new, unique, cool rewards, unique, until they have the next pass, basically, right? But yeah, so if you compare it to battle passes from other games, basically what battle pass is just a way to keep you playing the game longer, basically, I guess. They want you to play the game a lot, and they're giving you, well, you're paying for it also, but they're giving you extra rewards to chase after. Now, whether map completion, Atlas completion, is the best way to tie the rewards, I don't know, really? Like, what would be the alternative? I don't know. They kind of have to track this somehow, right? They have to tie there has to be some kind of progression, whether it could be like just generic map completion, right? And that would be more inclusive, but let's just think about it. Like, if you are the kind of person, generally speaking, that cannot complete this battle pass, do you really think that spending that money is a wise decision? Like, how many of these uniques you will even use ever if you can't complete this battle pass? And I personally don't think it's very hard. This is pretty achievable, in my opinion. Again, I'm basically this target audience for this pass because I like endgame. I complete the Atlas every league anyways. So for me, it's like, whatever, it's easy. I go for challenges, and there's so many harder challenges than this. So could they, and this is, I've seen also this notion, like, could they just tie this battle pass to the challenge rewards already? So basically you have the normal challenge rewards, right? But then you pay a fee and you get extra challenge rewards. No, but let's think about this. How many more people potentially can complete Atlas versus how many people will complete a lot of challenges, right? Maybe people will go for 24 challenges, and that's where they stop. Like, maybe a few more, but challenges are so much harder, really. So if you were to, maybe they would have to change how challenges work. Also, that's true. Like, they can change how this Kirac's battle pass works, but like, as it is right now, I don't think it's that hard to get at all. So, like, if people are complaining that this is really hard to achieve, like, do you really need it then? Then don't buy it. I mean, I know it's like kind of silly sometimes to say for people like, oh, but you know, what if you in the future you won't be able to get this anymore because you want, it's like challenge rewards, right? It's like one and done thing. You can't buy them. I don't think you will be able to buy these MTXs again. It's like, what in the future I want? It's like, I mean, there's gonna be other things, right? You don't have to have all the things, but also I don't really care about MTX all that much. Like, personally, I haven't bought this pass yet because I haven't completed Atlas yet. So I will think about it. Maybe I'll get, it's $30 after all, so maybe I'll think about it. I haven't got a single one of these uniques equipped on my character, so like at this point it's like, I don't need it. But yeah, I don't have that fear of missing out, generally speaking. In the games, like for me, fear of missing out is like not getting the challenge rewards, right? That is more, for me, it's like more fear of missing out than this Kirac pass. Or like if there's a league where you have a really cool unique and you know it's broken and you never use it, but then it's gone the next league and to never come back. Is that fear of missing out? Like, there's so many other, like, you can put so many other things for this fear of missing out. I don't know why MTX has to be like this thing that people are like, oh, GGG bad, they put another thing and oh, you have to pay, but then you have to play the game to get these things. I mean, maybe this is a way GGG wants to incentivize you to actually play more of the game, I guess. To push your character further, if you are not that person that usually completes this. Maybe they want you to try, I guess, if you want to get these rewards also. But at the same time, it's just like, do I think it's a bad thing? No. Can they improve it? Sure, they can improve it. Is it kind of exclusive or elitist? I mean, yes and no. Okay, yes, why? Because it's super endgame items. Right? I'm not talking about elitist for completing the Atlas. The progress bar is like, I don't care. If you're complaining about the progress bar, I mean, dude, like, what alternative? They had to choose something. What alternative do they have? Like, just map completions, I guess. But this is almost that. It's like map completions. Like, it's really not that hard, really. You just try. If you're thinking you want these rewards, but you are struggling, just try. Just do your best. And don't buy it before you complete it. Basically, just don't buy it before you're sure that you will be able to get all the rewards. Unless you, unless you want you want more the earlier rewards than the later rewards. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with your money. But I'm just saying, like, it's just MTX. At the end of the day, like, it's not gonna change your gameplay pretty much. Sure, and I've seen people say, oh, this Bottled Faith MTX is like pay to win because you can actually see where the Bottled Faith is, the ground effect is, and I'm like, yeah, but like, does it really make that big of a difference? Like, during your normal gameplay, we didn't have this ground effect for the longest time since Bottled Faith has been introduced, and people played fine, and all of a sudden now that there is like alternate MTX, like, oh my god, the normal Bottled Faith is complete garbage, you can't play with it. It's like, dude, come on. Let's not blow this out of proportion, okay? It doesn't really even, like, I could see this argument be made if there was like competitive advantage, but there is no competition. These MTXs, I don't know. If anything, they will make you lag more. And that's it. You lose FPS for this to be fancy, so... yeah. Overall, I think people who are saying this is like the worst thing are over-exaggerating completely. Again, can this be improved? Yes, 100%. They can do things better, can do things better, so. But, people, let's be realistic. Just think about it. Will you be using these uniques? Can you achieve this goal? If all of these are yeses, then, and you have the money, then spend it. if you don't have the money, just forget about it. It's just pixels. It's just pixels. Those are my thoughts. If you got this far, let me know what you think about the Vault Pass, Kirac's Vault Pass. Is it yay or nay in your books? That's it for this week's Wraeclast Weekly. Bye. Bye.